I have two amazing founders with me. One who is running the new shop. I'm sure you must have seen it around at airports, railway stations, and in your city, because they have their offline stores, plus you can order through the app. And we also have the co-founder of Frazo, and they have been doing some amazing work with regards to food and grocery. So before we start the session, I want to know from both of you about, when was the time you realized, okay, quick commerce is coming in India and we can definitely play a role in changing the dynamics of the game?
So we're India's first and only omni-channel quick commerce company. And our story has been, a lot of twists and turns here and there. So, just to sort of understand what really took off in quick commerce, we need to go to understand what really took off in retail. Right. So in the developed world, what used to happen, which is also common in India, is like a mom and pop store revolution that happened many years ago, which started getting standardized, consolidated, and then was born the big box retailers like the Walmarts of the world. And then was born the GoPuffs, Gorillas, Gettys of the world, uh, because you just started wanting things quickly at your home. It's interesting how India missed out on the entire move from the general trade to the modern trade to the convenience retail and just jumped to quick commerce. We're used to skipping a lot of things in life and are used to shortcuts. So we were always fascinated by quick commerce, right? This is one industry made for the millennials. It's for the millennials, of the millennials, and by the millennials, right? It's kind of driven by that. And that's why a lot of people did not raise their hands, because we understand that it's not meant for everyone. But it is meant for a huge chunk of people, and we identify them as the millennials and the Gen Z, which are the adopters of the quick commerce. So, we also wanted things quickly, and we wanted them at any time, odd hour of the day. And while, all these models were super interesting, we just knew that in India, quick commerce, just as a delivery model, will not work. Because in India, you don't even have quick access available. You could be at an airport stranded, you could be at a home, you could be in an office complex. It's just so difficult to even get your basic products and services quickly, right? So while we always fascinated, are we going to get to instant deliveries, but we wanted to build something that is about solving the problem of quick access in India, and in a way that is built for India. And hence, we thought that omni-channel is the way forward for India. The modern trade penetration here is at like a 7%. People don't have access to a basic standardized convenience store. And the quick commerce delivery, that is why it did not really pick up pre-COVID. But as soon as COVID happened, it took like wildfire in India. And now that, we millennials also, there's one thing predictable about us, is that we're unpredictable. So there was this recent Wall Street Journal article that said, the world expected the pandemic to move the entire world online. And guess what? It didn't happen. People are back to stores. So, with all that interesting insights, we're believers of quick commerce, except we believe quick commerce is about not just delivery in 10, 15, 20, 30, 90 minutes. It's about quick access. So our thesis is that you should be able to get something within a timeline of 15 to 20 minutes. We'll talk about it, why we think 15 to 20 minutes is the right time. You should have access to something in 15 to 20 minutes. It should either be a click away or a walk away. So that's basically the new shop for you, looking to serve you quickly. So over to you.
Our, our story is a bit different actually, because when the team Frazo came together and was setting a business, the problem they were not solving, or they were not trying to be a quick commerce player, but rather it was that we saw a big gap actually, or opportunity there, that the way fruits and vegetables are consumed in metro setups actually, that consumer is not very happy with the kind of quality that they get actually. And at the same time, we all know that at farmer end also there is a very big problem, that they don't get right price actually. And the good thing about the team, the Frazo founders, was none of them had any agri background actually. So they looked at it from very fresh eyes and started trying to integrate this customer with the farmer, okay? And the problem they were solving using technology actually have an integrated supply chain which will bring farmer produce directly to customer without, without any kind of compromise on quality, hygiene, anything actually, and as fast as possible. And from there only, when we started working on it, this evolved for us in quick commerce actually. So what happened, we started up setting collection centers closer to farmers actually, that we get the produce quickly. As soon as it is plucked, we get it immediately to collection centers. We pack it hygienically in crate and move it to cities as fast as possible. When we bring it to cities, actually, then the next challenge was that how do I make it reach customer home in proper condition, actually, without any compromise in quality because of the storage conditions and all. And that is where we realized that we need to set up smaller dark stores in each locality. And till then also the intent was not to be so-called the quick commerce player actually, just to that the delivery time is limited there and the produce is not exposed to environment for a longer period actually. Okay, like this. So that is where we started setting up these dark stores where we can store fruits and vegetables in the condition, ambient condition, or be it air condition, what he needs for a specific produce actually. And then we move fast when the customer order comes to their home. And in this process only, we ended up like setting up the first dark store in India for fruits and vegetables. And that is where it started for us. Of course, COVID acted as a catalyst for us where things accelerated very fast because the fruits and vegetable, of course, is the most difficult category to crack the online buying behavior because there are a lot of barriers to overcome there. COVID acted as catalyst. We are also worried that what will happen after COVID, but actually it has not changed. Now people got used to the customer behavior changed. Actually, now you have best quality produce available at your fingertip actually, which can come as fast as you want actually. You can schedule it. And that is how this evolved for us, and that is how we landed up becoming a quick commerce player actually.
Interesting. So coming to this debate, which is going on right now everywhere about whether we need the 10-minute delivery or not. So I wanted to understand what's your take on that?
I mean, if I want something, I want it now. How do I quantify whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes? So,
But it's like putting undue pressure on the riders.
no. So that's what we think that everybody wants things immediately. But for businesses to serve, like there's a use case that people want quick commerce. It's undebated. But those quick commerce models need to work, right? They need to become sustainable, ethical, and profitable, right? So I told you that we have found a sweet spot of 15 to 20 minutes. And what's working for us? We actually have these hyper-local stores across residential areas and mass transit hubs and educational institutions and office complexes. What we do is that we allow the customer to be as flexible as they want in how they're wanting to purchase. They can walk into a store, pick up whatever they want. We are at most a 10 to a 15-minute walk. We do home deliveries within a 1.5-kilometer radius. You also have an option if you don't want to pay delivery fee because the store is right in front of you. You can just walk into our store and just order from the app and do a quick pickup. There's also a very big thing. Home deliveries were a big thing when people were staying at home. Now that work from home has sort of ended, people used to call us and tell us that, I'm in transit. I'm driving from home to office. Who do I call to deliver it, and where should they deliver it? At a bus stop? I want something now. And that's when, they'd walk to the closest, the new shop store and call us, thank you. So it's funny, we call ourselves the dark stores offering consumer experience. And that's actually what our journey has been. We opened brick and mortar stores because we wanted to be the 7-Eleven of India. And then COVID happened, right as we opened our first 10, 15 stores. We had to convert them to dark stores. And that's when we realized there's so many regulatory risks regarding dark stores. And obviously, our customers knew us, and they would come to us, oh, I missed the consumer experience. I don't want to pay delivery fee. And I really missed the fact that I could touch and feel and explore new products at your store. And that's what we made our dark stores open to customer experience. So this is what happened to us in December 2020, and there's been no looking back after that. Now, who determines 10 minutes is the right thing or a 90-minute is the right thing? It's a mix of a lot of factors. First of all, what categories are you serving? Right? So a convenience store uh, primarily thrives on F&B and snacking categories, right? We don't do grocery. We don't intend to even enter F&B ever. And these categories uh, cannot be prepared in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, right? The second thing is that we don't want to put undue pressure on our delivery riders. So let's get to the unit economics of deliveries. So if you're doing 10-minute delivery, your rider basically has to do close to about 6 deliveries an hour, right? Um, you're doing 10-minute delivery and you are catering to a 4-kilometer radius. So the break-even point there is about 55 to 60 rupees. So do the mathematic, and to be able to charge a 55 to a 60 rupee from a consumer, you got to be a very lucky e-commerce platform, right? And right now, every single quick commerce player except us is burning money and losing money on each and every transaction. So if you know, the average order value of almost every quick commerce player would be like a 250 to about a 400 rupees. The cost of delivery is 50 rupees and you're giving it for free. So you're technically burning some 25 to 30% gross margin on every single delivery. So 10 minutes is definitely not sustainable. We do 15 to 30 minutes because we're only delivering in the 1-kilometer radius. Our delivery boys are double up as also a store helper staff, and they're also engaged in multiple activities. And they're thoroughly trained in that hyper-local area on each and every residence and each and every number. So they know exactly what to deliver, and they are doing close to 3 to 4 deliveries an hour. So our cost of delivery is actually about 15 to 20 rupees because of the very small hyper-local radius. Yeah. We're not putting any pressure on the rider. And we are in categories that can be prepared in about 10 minutes. And we give a good 15 to 20-minute grace time to the rider to go deliver it to the doorstep. So that's how I think unit economics has been working very well for us. And we charge full 15 to 20 rupees from the customer, and they're very happy to pay us.
Sure. Hours?
See, this 10-minute delivery, it's not about time actually. What is the most important aspect of this is that the mental peace that it gives actually, that if any unplanned need comes up in the home actually, it can be delivered quickly. So this is going to be there. If someone will offer, people will go for it. The people will not, customers will not let it go so easily actually, this option. Yes, as she was explaining, unit economics is very difficult actually. That is where brands, and I think the customers also understand, and that is what we have seen, that customers will also understand the brand side, the quick commerce player side story, that how the dynamics is. A lot of orders we see moving from actually slots to immediate orders actually that happens. Because over the period when the customer regularly interacts with platform, it kind of becomes, it starts relying on it and then starts planning with the platform. Because how it is being pitched today is actually that quick commerce is for any unplanned need, you order immediately, right? But once you become loyal to this platform, you start continuously transacting actually. You start planning with the, like you need fruits and vegetables in morning, right? You may place order in at the night only, right? So that tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. when you need the delivery, it is delivered to you rather than actually. And that is where this with customer involvement actually and trying to tweak their behavior a little bit, because some orders for sure will definitely be urgent actually. If we are not there in this game, the customer will move to some other platform actually. If they go to some other platform for one order, they may place the another order also from there actually. So that customer switching from one platform to another platform will keep happening if you are not into this game actually. But as I said, that doesn't mean that necessarily all orders will be in urgent format actually, which has to be delivered in 10 minutes. And that is where the brands will throw many options to customers, where they choose what is working for them. And as the industry matures actually, there'll be a time when there'll be a premium charge for this, the immediate delivery. And that is how I see this unit economics working actually. But yes, this is some convenience which all of us have bought. I mean, not if not all, a good number of people have got hooked to, will not let it go easily. So dropping it, I don't see is going to be an idea. I mean, some workaround, of course, will evolve actually, because this has become a need now for customers.
Sure. So, Pavas, as we were also discussing about the unit economics, and of course, everyone is concerned about whether quick commerce is going to ever be a profitable business or not. So, I mean, do you think it's ever will be a profitable business?
Yes, yes. I mean, like today we have at few dark stores where we have been able to do achieve break even actually. As I said, understanding the consumer behavior in that particular locality, understanding what time the orders come, when you have to ensure the rider supply at adequate level actually. With all this analysis of data actually and customer behavior, and then you maybe tweak your promotions also align to it so that you push those orders in certain period. That is how it can be managed, and that is something we have been able to achieve. The one thing which has really worked for us, because we are primarily into fruits and vegetables, and we have integrated our sourcing also, where we make a decent margin, gross margin in this space. On the back end also, we are making decent money, which is able to cover for us. So that kind of puts us in a unique position actually, where we are able to achieve it. But this is the way to go. I mean, this is the way forward if it has to work. We can't say actually that today we will not be able to conclude whether it will work or not.
Yeah.
But this is the way forward I see.
Okay. Asa, you mentioned that in quick commerce, yours is the only one through omni-channel which is profitable. So, how did that become possible in your case?
So we're not profitable yet, but uh, at a store level, we become profitable for the franchise owner within the first 7, 8 months.
Okay.
So most of our stores are profitable, and we should become a
Talking about the
profitable company
break
in six
even
months.
at that time in 7, 8
Break
months?
even is second. It is like for at the company level, we break even at our store in the second month itself.
Okay.
So how do we make it possible? I think it's why GoPuff, Getir, Amazon are all opening convenience stores. Because you need a physical brick and mortar storefront, which is built on very strong unit economics. We've innovated at various levels. So we brought down our cost of construction to about 1/4 of every other channel. And if you've spent that kind of money to build a store, why would you not have it accessible to the people? So you won't believe just the store walk-in customers are able to take care of our OPEX. And the online orders are a bonus. So that's really what's worked for us. And during COVID, we've seen like a pendulum kind of motion in adoption of online sales and offline sales. So in the first wave, our online sales were about a 90% and our offline sales were about a 10%. Then the second wave hit, right? People got slightly more used to. Our online sales became about a 60% and offline sales became about a 40%. Right now, as we speak, our online sales are about a 15% and offline sales are 85%. And this is something that we are seeing, but there's a Wall Street Journal story that got published in, I think, April 2022, which said exactly the same thing. After 2013, this is the first year Amazon has reported downward growth of revenue, so negative revenue. And incidentally, that's the same month when Amazon opened their first 7-Eleven like convenience store in Washington. So I think if you need to make unit economics work, there are two things that you're going to have to do. You have to be super hyper local. And to be super hyper local, you can't just be a dark store company. You can't just open a dark store in a high-end residential area. It's illegal. There are a lot of regulatory risks. So, when Getir got banned from opening new dark stores in Amsterdam, there was this huge ruckus by the management team that why are convenience stores allowed to operate and deliver at the same location, and I'm not allowed to open a dark store. So that's the future. The, the developed world is showing us the future. We either adopt it today or we don't. But if you are building a strong quick commerce company and you're solving this demand, you have to think of good business sense. And that's what we thought of when we were starting the new shop 2 years ago. And I think it's bearing fruits for us now.
Sure. So before we throw the floor open for questions, a final verdict from you in terms of what new trends do you see coming up in the quick commerce space?
One thing is that customer needs are evolving. It's not about very functional needs that I want best quality, I want uh, immediately or 10 minutes or 30 minutes. It's evolving the emotional needs also, that whether you are treating your riders properly or not. That's a very important need today actually. If you're not catering to that, the customers will go away from you. Same way, whether other partners actually, how are you sourcing it? Is it ethical, sustainable, not? So that's a very big space actually, and a lot of brands have been built around it actually, and this phenomena is going to be there. So that's one thing which is there. The other thing, that collaborating actually, collaboration between customers and all. Now there are many digital first companies which have come up, and especially the quick commerce actually, where the direct access to customer is there. Customer also feels he is talking to company directly actually. So there's lot of scope that is there to create brands together with them. Like we ask our customers actually that what do you want more to be there on platform. So and that is where we go and get it sourced and bring it to them. So this is another trend actually which is there. The biggest trend which also has propelled actually the grocery shopping, which was something, I mean, even with the evolution of quick commerce, I mean, something 10, 12 years back also, groceries were like hardly there in e-commerce actually. It was not even, it was lower end of single digit actually. But now with this quick commerce format coming into place actually, this is booming actually. The e-commerce for grocery is booming, and this is something which will continue for decades. That is how we, and I mean, that is what we see happening actually, because there'll be lot, I mean, of course, brands will try to do many innovative things. You see a lot of work done around packaging for that matter actually, that how ice cream has to be delivered, how paneer has to be delivered, how milk has to be delivered, how bread has to be delivered, how meat has to be delivered. For us, it was like figuring out how fruits and vegetable has to be delivered actually. So a lot of work happening from brand side, which is giving confidence to customer that, okay, the grocery also can be delivered safely in right shape, right quality at home. And this is going to propel growth for decades to come actually.
I think every industry should realize that getting things quickly is like a drug and you'll get addicted to it once your brand is promising that. And if you don't catch on to that, you're a latecomer. And, Frazo adopted this in fruits and vegetables delivery. We have adopted this in convenience retail. So we deliver products and services like instant cash and printing services instantly. Apparel will have to adopt it to deliver clothes instantly. Obviously, the time would vary, right, for every industry, but every single industry will have to ensure and find ways to do things as quickly as possible and get it to the consumer as quickly as possible. So like, you rightly said that there will be a lot of innovation in packaging, there'll be a lot of innovation in delivery methods, not just restricted to delivery boys, but even the use of, drone deliveries and various other things. But not only will this industry have to be adopted, like how every brand and retailer had to go to e-commerce, now every brand and retailer will have to go to quick commerce. And the ancillary support system will have to grow to empower that quick delivery system as well.
Sure. So on that note, we throw open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand and identify yourself, please.
Podium. Check. All right, before we kickstart the quick question and answer session, I'd request everybody to kindly limit one question to one person, and we'll only take 3 questions. Post that, you can take the discussion there. Yeah, thank you so much. Over to you.
Yeah. So, hi, this is Utsav from Vizi. My question to either of you is that when it comes to quick commerce, how much it is important to find the right product on your website? So either of you can answer this question. So it is, I think, mainly related to, for example, search, for example. So if I type in your search bar, how important it is that you get the right results on the website and the customers can quickly add to the cart and get it delivered in 10 or 15 or 30 minutes. Thank you.
Critical to maintain all the local names. People search it with different types actually. I want to cook this. Sometimes they will put a dish name or recipe name actually there, try to search it. So this is very critical, and that is where this cataloging is becoming a very evolved space actually for e-commerce players, especially in food.
Sure. Any more questions?
Hello. Hi, I'm Radhika from Narottam Sixeria Family Office. My question is, what are the three key challenges which you are seeing in this space at this point in time?
Should I take it?
Yeah.
I think our key challenges will be very different. So, because we wanted to stay away from low margin and very high pilferage categories, we decided a category mix that is very high margin and very low pilferage. So I think one of the large challenges people face is what is the right SKU mix. And it will take slightly some time to arrive at that SKU mix. Of course, there are challenges. If you just ask a pure play dark store company, then there are challenges, regulatory issue challenges. So there are guidelines around where can you open a warehouse and where you cannot open a warehouse. And if your warehouse is not within that small radius from a residential area, which is what you're primarily catering to, then your entire unit economics goes away for a toss. You're not going to be able to deliver in maybe the right time. Or if you are able to deliver in the right time, you're putting a lot of pressure on the rider, or you're not, or your delivery fees is exorbitant. So what we see as a pure play challenge in just dark stores is that after some point, how will you be as close to the customer as possible? So I think that's one big challenge. Do you want to add?
Yeah, for us actually, our daily operation is very challenging, and this will continue to be a challenge for us because let's say I am buying tomatoes from somewhere near Nashik in around Mumbai actually, and the day the farmers who are aligned to bring tomatoes for us don't get it in proper shape actually. It's either overripe, rotten or something of that sort, okay? And then finding an immediate backup is a very big challenge. And in this business, this is going to be there forever actually. So how we try to handle it, that building relationship with a larger base of farmers, but still that risk always remains there.
I want to add something quickly, totally forgot. Pure play dark store guys have to spend extremely large amount of marketing costs for customer acquisition. And that's why we take pride, zero CAC.
Sure. With that, we have come to the end of this session, and both of our speakers are going to be around, and they can surely take up more questions offline. Thank you so much to both of you for sharing your insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's no doubt that quick commerce is becoming the need of the hour and consumer behavior is evolving at a lightning speed. Thank you so much for doing that honor. I request Ms. Punita to go ahead and present the token of thanks to our esteemed panelists. Thank you so much.